Hello and good evening, and welcome to the shed. It's the Tuesday evening review of Game Week 8. I'm delighted to be back. I missed the shows last week. Just had things on here, and I'm delighted to be back now, getting back into the swing of things. Our bye week's over. We've played the Panthers, and we got the win, and we'll talk about that in a little while. And tonight's show, what I'm going to do is I'm going to run through Game Week 8 scores and my picks. Um, I'm also going to talk about the Bills and Cardinals game, or Bills and Panthers game, excuse me. And then I'm going to do what I would call a mid-season review of the quarterback room and where I rank the quarterbacks. And to be honest, I'm going to be honest about things. Where everyone knows how much I love Josh Allen. Where I have him ranked is where I think he is right now, and not just down to him, but down to the team and how it's playing. And all quarterbacks I'm judging on is how in a way their team is doing and how they're performing in their teams. But we'll get to that in a little bit. So you're welcome along to the show. So the first bit of news I want to talk about is if you want to contact me, you have me here on YouTube. I'm always open for a bit of a chat and a debate, no problem with that. You also get me on Instagram at the Irish Bulls Mafia and Trevor Marley at Facebook. I'm not doing Twitter anymore. It's a waste of time. I am on it if you want to join, by all means, but it's just a waste of a platform, to be honest. I thought that before I left it. I came back. It's no different. So, or X is whatever you want to call it. I don't care. I'll be there, but you won't get. It's only I use it for getting photographs or stuff. I'm not putting stuff up on it anymore. I'm doing it. But you get me on Facebook, you get me on Instagram, and you get me here if you want to have a chat. All welcome. So let's get into the rhythm of things. So last week, my predictions for game week 7 was 10-5. I'm very happy with that. This week, I will go through the games and we'll go through how my predictions went. So on Thursday night football was the Vikings at the Chargers. I picked the Chargers to win this, and they did win 37-10. It seemed to be a very dominant game. Now there's stories coming out of Minnesota today, or maybe yesterday, but the last couple of days, about Carson Wentz playing through a serious shoulder injury, and it seems now that he's going to be out. I think he's going on injury reserve, and there seems to be a lot of questions. Apparently, it happened. I don't know if it's Dublin game or London game, but he's been playing with it since. And I don't know will it be the return of JJ McCarthy this weekend or what will happen. But best wishes to Carson Wentz. I don't think it did him any favors. It seems to be a serious injury, but I do remember Baker Mayfield playing through a serious shoulder injury for the Browns a few years ago, and it ruined his Cleveland Brown career. And it took him years to get back, but I'm delighted he's back now. So hopefully Carson Wentz will recover. Um, then on Sunday we'll kick off. It was the Dolphins at the Falcons. I picked the Falcons because the Dolphins are crap, but lo and behold, and the Falcons beat us. The Dolphins win 34-10, and Tua plays a blinder. Where the pressure was on Mike McDaniel and Tua Tagovailoa, they now have a bit of breathing room, at least for one more game week. The Falcons, I don't know, are they a hit and miss team? They're getting their chances to chase down the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They're going to beat the Bills, beat them convincingly and deservedly, and then get steamrolled by the Panthers before the Bills and get steamrolled by the Dolphins after the Bills. I don't know. Um, let's see how it goes. Then we had the Bears, the Ravens. The Ravens played a game during the week where they didn't confirm whether Lamar Jackson would start or whether he wouldn't. It was irrelevant. Tyler Huntley started and Tyler Huntley played, and the Ravens won 30 points to 16, and the Bears are back to being the Bears. Um, with Lamar Jackson out, I thought that would be a game where Caleb Williams could step up and push on the Bears and make them a team worth talking about. But the Ravens ran the ball a lot. Derrick Henry had a brilliant game, and the Ravens are 2-5. And even though they're third in the division right now, a lot of people think they're going to win their division. Then we come to the Bills at the Panthers. So it was a big game for us. Our defense was shocking going into it. Our offense wasn't playing well going into it. And we win 40 points to 9. And looking here at some of the stats, it was very dominating. Like the first quarter was 3-0, it was pretty tight. Second quarter, we won 16-3. Third quarter, we won 21-0. And then the rest of people, we lost the fourth quarter 6-0. Josh Allen threw, excuse me now, of course it goes out of it. He threw for 163 yards, 1 touchdown, no interceptions. That's good. But, for Josh Allen, a bit more passing might be, if he had options. He had a 63.2 passer or completion rate. James Cook, on the other hand, was colossal. Rushing yards, 216 rushing yards, 19 attempts, 11.37 yards per attempt, and 2 touchdowns. Now, Josh Allen also had 2 rushing touchdowns. We'll talk about that in a second. Khalil Shakir, he also had a brilliant game. 88 yards from 6 receptions, 14.67 yards, and 1 touchdown. Then we go into Josh Allen as a rusher. He attempted 3 rushes, 2 touchdowns for 7 yards. So he got us over the line for 2 touchdowns. Ray Davis had 9 attempts for 16 yards. James Cook, as I said, had 19 attempts for 216 yards and 2 touchdowns. Josh Allen, Mr. Risky came in for the fourth quarter. He had 2 out of 4 completions, where Josh Allen had 12 out of 19. On the receiving side, Khalil Shakir had 6 out of 7 targets. He had 6 receptions. Keon Coleman was a bit better. We need to see more of him, but he had 3 out of 4 receptions for 30 yards. Dalton Kincaid had 1 out of 3 for 23 yards. Dawson Knox was 1 from 1 for 15 yards. Jackson Hawes was 2 from 3 for 15 yards. Elijah Moore was 1 from 4, which is great, for 14 yards. And that was Ray Davis was 0 from 1, but Ray Davis was a running back. On our defense, so we had a sack from Ed Oliver, who is injured and might be out for the season with a pec injury. I wish you well, Ed, because you will be a colossal loss to our team if you're out. We also had sacks from AJ Epinesa, who also had a touchdown, or not a touchdown, but an interception that was cut short a yard from the line. Gregory Rousseau also had a sack. Michael Hoyt had 1.5 sacks, and Walker had 0.5 sacks. Jordan Phillips, he got a sack. Like, there's a lot of sacks. Andy Dalton was riddled. Like, the defense, they really got at the Panthers quarterback last weekend. Bryce Young wasn't playing. Our kickoffs, at Prater, he had 2 from 2 field goals and 4 from 5 extra points. His longest field goal was 45 yards. So it was all around a better performance. Now, I didn't see a lot of the game, to be honest, because I was watching Red Zone and they didn't show a lot once the Bills got into control. It wasn't on any of the TV channels here, so I couldn't just watch it on its own. So it was highlights and stats is what I'm watching for. But I was listening to a few pundits, a few Buffalo shows, and the concern from it is that, yes, our running game is improving. James Cook is being outstanding. He is colossal. But it's taken away from Josh Allen and his hand and being Superman, and it's a balancing act at the minute. And we are also, and I'm not being smart, and I'm not, because I support every player that plays for the Buffalo Bills, but we are short a wide receiver 1, and hugely short a wide receiver 1. And there's names been bantered around the place that who it may be, but I think before this deadline, we need to bring in a wide receiver who might not be a wide receiver 1, but has the makings of one, that really can put pressure on other defenses to spread the field, so that when Josh Allen has to throw the ball, he can throw the ball and has options. Right now, I love Khalil Shakir. He ain't going to spread the field. Keon Coleman, he ain't doing it this year. He's the man that's supposed to spread the feed. Josh Palmer can do it, but he's injured. Elijah Moore won't really do it. Curtis Samuel, if he's fit, he ain't going to do it. So you're really down to Keon Coleman and maybe a Dalton Kincaid, but Dalton Kincaid is more of a tight end, ain't going to spread the field too much. Keon Coleman, he has disciplinary issues. I hope he sorts them out because I believe in him, but he's a talent that's thrown it away if he doesn't. So we'll see where it is. But it was a good win. Now, our defense really stood up. 9 points against any team in the NFL is a good, stop. And really, when the starters were playing, it was only 3 points. But I'm not going to talk about this weekend's game now, but this weekend's game will tell me about our team, and that's against the Chiefs. And we'll talk about that on Thursday night. But overall, I was happy. We got the win. We're back. We're still second in the division because the Patriots won. But it was a good comeback because things were pretty low. And I was pretty low about things. And I'm still not sold because this weekend we will see where our offense sits and we will see where our defense sits because we are playing a team banging form and a team we want to beat. But anyway, 40 points to 9 win for the Bills. Players did well. I still think there's more in Josh Allen's tank. I think they're holding him back. I think we need to cut the chains at times and let him be Josh Allen because I don't see him being that guy this year so far. There's glimpses and flashes, but the Josh Allen of 2024, who was the perfect Josh Allen MVP and deservedly so, ain't the MVP right now. And something is awry there because it's stalling him being that. Whether we're going too much on the run or whether we're, our guys aren't opening, getting the separation that they were getting last year, but we have to change things. And if it means bringing in some other face for the rest of the season, we need to do that. But I did pick the Bills to win. So then we go to the Jets and the Bengals. Now, I picked the Bengals because the Jets hadn't won a game all year. That was basically my line. I don't believe in the Bengals whatsoever because until Joe Burrow comes back, they're not the team they're supposed to be. And the Bengals were, I think, was it 14 points up? 15 points up. No, 14 points up, excuse me. 14 points up into the fourth quarter. The Jets get a touchdown. They go for 2 points. They get the 2 points. There was a bit of questions over the decision, but if you stop the ball, when he catches the ball, he's over the line and the ball is on the line. It's a 2-pointer. And lo and behold, the Bengals are stopped and down goes the Jets and Justin Fields and co. gets the winning touchdown and they win 39-38. And I know the Jets are in our division and I know everyone is supposed to hate everyone in their divisions. I just might dislike a team here or there, but I don't hate any team. But I'm going to say this. Tap of the hat for Aaron Glynn because he deserves his win. And tap of the hat for Justin Fields because his own owner came out and badmouthed him. And he just kept his head down and he played awesome stuff. And we will beat the Jets and play the Jets, and will dislike them for that weekend. But this weekend, the Jets deserve credit, and well done, the Jets. And well done, Justin Fields, because you've taken a lot of slack, buddy, and you showed a lot of people wrong last weekend. So I hope the Jets keep it up until the playoffs again, and then we'll talk about that again. Then we had the 49ers or the Texans. I picked the 49ers to win. The Texans seems to be turning the corner. Will Anderson Jr. was awesome at the weekend. Mac Jones didn't know where he was coming from. The Texans won 26-15, but CJ Stroud is starting to come back to being the CJ Stroud he was 2 years ago, and it's great to see. They're playing a lot better. They're improving. I don't know if they're going to catch the Colts, but they are at least fighting in the right direction. Then we had the Browns, the Patriots. I picked the Patriots. Drake May is the new Messiah, apparently, going off the American commentators. They won 32-13. The big thing here is that Myles Garrett from the Browns, he had 5 sacks on Drake May, and then they took him out of the game. And I seen a bit of aggro afterwards, whether he was mad to be taken out, the game was over, they weren't going to win it, or was he mad with how the rest of the team was playing. But it's an interesting situation. Dylan Gabriel isn't working out too well as the quarterback there. And there's rumours that Shedeur Saunders might come in. But as for the Patriots, they're a game ahead of it. Well, a game and a half ahead of us in the league right now. We can't let them get too far ahead. We need to win our division to have home field advantage and any chance of getting the number 1 seed. Then the Giants at the Eagles. I picked the Eagles. The Eagles won 38-20. There's questions about the tush push, and I think somehow it's going to get done or torpedoed this year because lots of things are happening between false starts by them, between Justin Fields had the ball ripped out of his hand and what you would call a turnover when they were doing it, and it wasn't given. Now, the big news from the Giants is Cam Scadaboo. He's injured. He's out for the season by the looks of it. I wish Cam Scadaboo well. Himself and Jackson Dart and Malik Neighbours, when they come back next year, whoever's in charge, will be Dable or whoever, they will be a team. If them 3 guys are fit, Jackson Dart will have an extra season as a quarterback. He'll have experience. Cam Scadaboo is fearless, and Malik Neighbours is awesome. They will be a team worth talking about next year. The Buccaneers is the Saints. Baker Mayfield back on the wagon after the Lions loss. I picked the Buccaneers to win. They won 23-3. I think Tyler Shaw is now going to be the quarterback for the Saints. I think Spencer Rattler has had his chance and it hasn't gone well. Buccaneers look good. They're going to win that division. Then you have the Cowboys at the Broncos. Dak Prescott and the Cowboys offense is playing very well. I picked the Broncos to win. They won 44-24. But the Cowboys have no defense, and Bo Nix is playing exceptional football right now, and the Broncos are. And they're a team that's going to be very hard beat in the AFC. Then you have the Titans at the Colts. I picked the Colts. The Colts won 38-14. The Titans don't have a head coach. They're a mess of a team. The Colts and Daniel Jones and Jonathan Taylor and Michael Pittman Jr. and co are just playing ball and enjoying themselves. They are the number 1 seed in the AFC, and right now deservedly so. And they're 7-1, and fair play to them. Then on Sunday Night Football, we had the Packers at the Steelers. It was the Aaron Rodgers derby. The Steelers started off well, but the Packers and Jordan Love got into gear after half time. They won 35-25. I picked the Packers to win. I'm not sorry, to be honest. I'm not an Aaron Rodgers fan. I don't mind the Steelers. They played in their throwback uniform. I like it no more than the Bills rivalries jersey. I love the Bills rivalry jersey on me. I do not love it on the field. I think it's not a nice look. Just something about it doesn't look right. Well, the Steelers throwback jersey, I like it on me, but I do not like it on the field. It's horrible. Hopefully, it's the last time we'll see it on the field. But besides that, the Packers got the win, and deservedly so. And right now, the Steelers are top of the AFC North, but they're only a game ahead of the Ravens, or is it two games ahead of the Ravens? And the Ravens are our favourites to win that division. Monday Night Football, then, we didn't have Jaden Daniels playing for the Commanders, but the Chiefs are clicking into gear. Now, I know they get a lot of decisions from the referees, but the referees didn't help them this week. I picked the Chiefs to win, and they won 28-7. Mahomes is on fire. To be honest about it, now, people are there going, oh, Rashid Rice is back. Rashid Rice is back. This guy should be in jail. In the story. Not playing NFL football. What he did, if anyone else did it, they'd be in jail, and that's where he should be. I'm not going to be. I don't care if he wins the Chiefs the Super Bowl 10 years in a row. What he did on the roadway and 6-game ban is not a good thing to be showing youngsters on how to get away with stuff. And that's my 2 cents. I'll shut up. But yeah, the Chiefs win. Mahomes has been on fire for the Chiefs even when they were losing, and he's on fire now. And there were the games. I finished with 10 correct and 3 incorrect, so not too bad. It's 20-8 for the last 2 weekends, so I'm happy enough with that. And that is the review of Game Week 8. And the last thing is about the Chiefs is Travis Kelce. He did all right. He has, I think, equaled some record there. So when you hear Mahomes talk about him afterwards, you can hear in Mahomes' voice he has an awful lot of respect for Kelsey. And, you know, um, it, I think Kelsey is slowing them down, but he does make big plays for them too. So we will see how the season goes. So that's my game week 8 review. And now the last thing I'm going to do tonight is I'm going to go through. I have done a quarterback ranking from 32 to 1 on the opening 8 game weeks of the season. Now, I have juggled a few, changed a few, twisted a few around the place, and this is the best I can come up with. There is a huge gap at the bottom, but then there's a huge tight space at the top. And if a player is ranked lower down, please don't take it in a bad way because a good game week will move them up. But I'm just going off the first 8 game weeks where I think quarterbacks are sitting right now. Let me know what you think. Do you agree with them? Do you disagree with them? Should I have some lower? Should I have some higher? Or whatever? We will see. So I'll start with 32. 32 is Spencer Rattler, New Orleans Saints. Now, Tyler Shaw has come in, but this is the guy for the 8 weeks, so I'm going off him. 31, I have Cam Ward, Tennessee Titans. I'm seeing nothing from the Titans. They don't encourage me. Now, it's not all his fault. And where I have numbers, it's not all on the quarterback, but it's on the team as a whole. But they're the guys that are making the plays. At number 30, I have Geno Smith, the Las Vegas Raiders. Again, not impressed. Will he be there much longer? I don't know. Number 29, JJ McCarthy / Carson Wentz. Didn't see much of a difference between them. Not impressed me, and I'm surprised. Now, as I said, JJ McCarthy will get a chance to come on and play. 28, Joe Flacco / Dylan Gabriel. Now, Joe Flacco will be in this twice. So um, he didn't impress at the start, and Dylan Gabriel hasn't impressed much since. 27 is Tua Tagovailoa. I had him lower, but when I went through a few of the lower ones, I moved him up because of the win last weekend. But Tua should be way, way up that list for the money he's getting paid. 26, Justin Fields. Justin Fields hasn't done a lot wrong. He hasn't thrown the ball enough, but he hasn't had any interceptions. And but he's not getting the yards. Last weekend was a good start for him, so let's see what he can build in it. And that's why I'm at 26. Before last weekend's game, he would be a lot lower. 25, Joe Flacco, Cincinnati Bengals. I had no point putting in Jake Browning, and Joe Burrow was injured. And if Joe Burrow's in there, he'd be higher up, and so would the Bengals. But Joe Flacco's 25, Cincinnati Bengals. 24, Bryce Young, Carolina Panthers. He had a bad start. If you did this 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, he'd be way down. But he is coming up. He was injured last weekend, but the Panthers were on a 3 game winning streak before they played us. It wasn't his fault they lost. So I have my 24. 23, Kyler Murray, Arizona Cardinals. He's a guy that flatters to deceive. You'll see great game or great play, and then you won't see him again for ages. I know I think he's injured at the minute, but he'll be back soon. And he's just a guy that's has the potential to be in the top 10, but ain't. 22, Jackson Dart, New York Giants. This is brilliant for him. 22. Like, look at all the players below him. 10. Um, there's more to come from Jackson Dart, but he is down weapons for the rest of the season. So let's see if he hangs around the 20s. We'll do this again at the end of the season. Early 20s, he's doing a great job. 21, Trevor Lawrence. This guy's a fraud. I'm sorry, but he's a fraud. The money he's getting paid no more than Tua. He should be way up the ladder, and he's not. The Jaguars did have a few wins. They had a lucky win. The win against the Chiefs that night, he was poxed that last play. But that's where he is, 21. 20, I have Mac Jones, Brock Purdy. Neither have impressed me, but neither have done a lot too wrong. I think this is the right place for them. The 49ers are a game behind on the NFC West. That's all they are behind the lead. So I think if these two guys, whichever of them gets fit or is playing, can up their game a bit, they can push their team on. 19 is Jaden Daniels. I think it's a big drop from. He is injured, I know, but it's not going off last weekend's game. Um, I just think Jaden Daniels hasn't hit the heights that he had hit last year, and is expected at times because the second season slump. But he is a class quarterback. 18, Caleb Williams. I am just above Jaden Daniels. There's not a lot between them, but he's played more games. He started off very bad, but they have improved, and he has improved. And sorry, now I have a blank. Uh, Ben Johnson at the Bears, first season. They are getting to know each other, so they're doing a lot better. Number 17, CJ Stroud. CJ Stroud was lower 2 weeks ago, but the Texans are improving, and he is improving, and he's come up the ladder. And we are starting to see bits of CJ Stroud from his rookie year. And I hope, because I love CJ Stroud, I hope he does. 16, you're going to be shocked with this one, Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson is 16. It's a hard one, but I know he's injured. But before his injury, their team was losing games. And as I said, it's not just on the quarterback. He's played well, but it's not just on the quarterback. Uh, and they showed glimpses of being great, but they showed glimpses of being awful, and offense and defense. So that's where I have him at 16. 15, Michael Penix Jr., Atlanta Falcons, could be 16. Lamar could be 15. Just that's where I have them at the minute. He plays well. He played brilliant against us. He plays well in certain games, and then he just disappears. 14, Aaron Rodgers, Pittsburgh Steelers. Um, Fairness, they're top of the AFC North for now, so he deserves to be up there. 13, Justin Herbert, Los Angeles Chargers. We've seen glimpses at the start of the season of the Justin Herbert everyone expects to see. It has kind of disappeared the last few weeks, but there's still potential there. 12, Matthew Stafford, Los Angeles Rams. He's steady, he's reliable, and he's always in or around top 10, top 8. But I'm at 12 for today because when you hear my top 8, you're not going to say Matthew Stafford is playing better than these guys at the minute. 11 is Dak Prescott. He's carrying the Cowboys, the offense. They've got CeeDee Lamb and Pickens, and they're playing well. They just don't have a defense, and that's on their owner, Jerry Jones. But Dak Prescott, say what you want about him, but right now he's playing well. Number 10, Sam Darnold, Seattle Seahawks. Sam Darnold playing a brilliant season. Absolutely brilliant. For a guy that was a washout, went to Minnesota, and where everyone thought it was a one-season wonder, has gone there. Jackson Smith and Jigba and himself clicked, and they're playing great. He's number 10. Number 9, and I hate saying this, number 9, Josh Allen. We're 5-2. We've seen glimpses of MVP Josh, but not enough. That's whether that's down to not having the right wide receivers or not letting them play Josh Allen football. We are running the ball a lot more through James Cook, Ray Davis, Ty Johnson, but mainly through James Cook. And James Cook is playing brilliant, but it's taken away from Josh Allen. And right now, and I hate saying this, but number 9, that's where I have him, Josh Allen. And I know he's the MVP, so I know he's number 1. But in this list right now, after eight game weeks, I know we've only played 7. He's number 9. Number 8 is Jordan Love, Green Bay Packers. They're top of the NFC North. He's playing well. I'm afraid, as in my list, he's not playing better than Jared Goff, but he's playing very, very well, and he's improving every week. Number 7, hate saying this too, especially when Josh Allen is 9. Drake May, New England Patriots. Patriots are ahead of us in the division. Drake May beat us in Buffalo. Drake May is playing great football. He's number 7. That's where I have him. Number 6, Jalen Hurts, Philadelphia Eagles. He's consistent. They're playing better. He's throwing better. He threw very well at the weekend. I don't like the tush push. I know that's their play. I think it might be gone next year, but Other than that, Saquon Barkley got injured. This didn't miss a beat. We don't know how serious Saquon's injury is, but Jalen Hurts, he's number 6. Top 5. Here we go. Business end. Jared Goff, Detroit Lions. Jared Goff is playing awesome football. Um, they lost to the Chiefs. There was a lot of questions about it, and they lost to the Packers in game week 1, where they didn't turn up. But Jared Goff in between and even against the Chiefs played awesome football. So can't I say anything against Jared Goff. Number 4, Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield is carrying the Tampa Bay Buccaneers through games. Baker Mayfield is one of the favourites for MVP for this year right now, the way things are going, and deservedly so. And I'm a huge Baker Mayfield fan. So Baker Mayfield is number 4. Number 3, Bo Nix, Denver Broncos. The Broncos are top of the AFC West. They are probably the team that might keep Kansas City from being top of the AFC West this year and keep them on the road for the playoffs if they get to them. And Bo Nix is balling right now. Any of these guys in the top 5, they're balling. Number 2, Daniel Jones, Indianapolis Colts. 7-1. What can you say? For a guy that was written off from New York Giants. They couldn't wait to get rid of him. He went to Minnesota, no more than Sam Darnold. He had a year there. He learned. He came away, came to Indianapolis, won the job, and deservedly is playing the Daniel Jones, Indiana Jones football. Will he continue it? Who knows? But for the first 8 game weeks of this season, they're 7-1. You couldn't ask more. And Jonathan Taylor, Pittman Jr. and co are balling out. So, you know, I hope it continues. I hope it doesn't take from us, but I'm a fan of the Bills, but I'm also an NFL fan, and that's why I do these things. I am an NFL fan as well as a Buffalo Bills fan. So I'll give my honest opinion of how I see things. And right now, he's number 2. And number 1, and this hurts me too, because I am a Josh Allen man, but number 1 right now, in my eyes, is Patrick Mahomes. And Patrick Mahomes, even when they went to Brazil and they got bet by the Chargers, he was their best player. When they got bet by the Eagles, he was their best player. He has been their best player all season. This is a different Mahomes in my eyes this year than it was last year. They were limping over games last year, and every one of them was playing bad. And yes, he was kind of holding them in it and keeping them in it, but he wasn't playing great football. But in fairness to Patrick Mahomes, and I'm saying this, and it hurts me as a Bills person, he is right now the number 1 quarterback after 8 game weeks in my eyes in the NFL. Will he be number 1 after game week 18? We'll see. Um, we'll do it again. Uh, but for me, I have Josh Allen at number 9, and that hurts. I have Drake May at number 7, that hurts. And I have Patrick Mahomes at number 1, and that hurts. We got to get him up. So I hope before the trade deadline, they get a wide receiver 1 or a wide receiver that will stretch the field and give us a chance of getting Josh Allen to find more players, as in everybody eats. Because right now, teams learned from last year. And last year, whether they believed or didn't believe the everybody eats process, they didn't keep up with it. They're shutting us down this year. Our run game was the main reason we battered the Panthers last weekend. But that Chiefs team and other teams that want to win the Super Bowl will learn how to shut down the run. And when they do, we need to have passing. And we need to get the ball to players that will hurt the team and give us a chance to run the ball, because they'll be afraid of the passing game too. This is supposed to be our Super Bowl year. This team has been built for this. Defense did stand up last weekend, but I don't count last weekend, and I'm sorry, I'm being mean, because I'll see where they are this weekend when we play the Chiefs. Anyway, folks, that's my video for tonight. I am happy for the win. Please don't take it wrong, but I'm not getting carried away. This was the Carolina Panthers. Yes, they were on a 3-game winning streak, and yes, we beat them very, very well. But this weekend. I'll roll on Thursday night's video and we'll talk about it. But this weekend is the Chiefs. This is this is your measuring stick. We'll see where we are this Sunday night. So delighted to be back, folks. Look at hope you have had a wonderful week gone by. We'll have a wonderful week going forward. Always, my friends, let me know what you think. Do you agree with my quarterback ratings, or would you have guys higher or lower? Where would you have them? Let me know what you think. And always, my friends, stay safe, stay happy.